Only person you can change is you. Remember, you can only control what? Your actions and your attitude. That's it. That's all you get. I know you want to change the circumstance. I know you missed out on some things. You missed out on an opportunity. You wish that person would change, but you can't change any of those things. This is a game of you versus you. So, how much are you working on you while you're waiting for what's up ahead, while you're going after the life that you don't need a break from? How much are you working on you? Or do you believe it's just going to fall on you? Do you believe you're just going to become the person? Do you believe you're just going to have the thing? You're just going to make the million? You're just going to have the good relationship? It's not the way it works. We have to put in work. And again, y'all, just remember, right? These are the messages we need to constantly repeat to ourselves. We need to program ourselves with the right things. The world has already programmed us for the right for failure, basically. It's programmed us to not live the life that we want. It's already programmed us. So what do we need to do? We need to unlearn that. We need to reprogram our minds with these things. You may hear these messages over and over again, but do you act on them? Do you believe them? Do you still think about your life or your situations or those things the same way? Or have you worked on yourself so that you see that you're different? You think different. You might not see the outcomes you want just yet, but you know you're different. You know you're working on yourself. You see the progress. Remember, progress equals happiness. It's not a destination. So again, we repeat these messages to ourselves so that we can reprogram our brain for success. We can reprogram our brain so that we can get to the life that we want. Some of the things you heard in there, hard work is required. That's what we're going to talk about today. But hard work is required. I hope you understand that. I hope you know this is not just the easy journey of, right, la la land, and we just, oh, it all just comes to us. No, no, no. It's hard work. It's hard work. That is a requirement for you to get to the life that you want. But there's also a level of patience. Gary Vee always just talk about this, right? Ambition and patience. If you have a high level of ambition, if you're a level 10 ambition, you want to billionaire, trillionaire status, you want all the things, you want to be financially free, you want to be time free, you want all the things. Your ambition level is high. Is your patience level a level 10 also? Those are the things, the tension that allows you to get there. Most people, if you have a high level ambition and you have a level 2 patience, you're going to take shortcuts. You're going to, right, jump the gun. You're going to move too quickly. You're going to make the wrong decision because you're trying to get there, but you have no patience. And there's no shortcuts in this game. There's no shortcuts to you becoming the man or woman God called you to be. It takes the work. It takes the work. So you gotta pay attention to that. You gotta say, yeah, I'm ambitious and I'm working while I wait. I'm showing up every day. I'm doing little things to make sure I'm headed in the right direction. It's important. Um, his name just escaped me, but hey, he talked about non-cognitive skills. Non-cognitive skills, right? It's not the things that you can think about. It's the subconscious things. It's the non-cognitive things. It's the courage. It's the work ethic. It's the things that they can't teach you in school that are going to allow you to become successful, to go after your dreams. Success in any area. I will always remind you that. It's success in your health. It's success in your finances, success in your relationships. It's success in all the areas. It's the non-cognitive things that you have to develop in order to get there. Just a reminder. Here's a big thing I wrote down. Do you believe you can have more than you have? Do you believe that you can have? Do you believe that you deserve more than you have? I remember this saying, wealthy guys used to always say, Chris, money doesn't go to people that deserve it. Money goes to people that believe they deserve it. It's a big difference. Money doesn't go to people that deserve it. It just goes to people that believe they deserve it. So, same thing with all the things in your life. Do you believe you deserve what you're asking for? Or is there something down inside of you that knows, like, man, I haven't worked hard enough. Man, I'm not ready for that. Man, I haven't done that. I haven't worked as hard as that person. Or do you believe, like, man, I've outworked everybody? There's a part of this entrepreneurial journey that is all mindset about knowing that you've outworked other people. That's 100% what this is about. Sometimes when you go down this path is I know that I've outworked people. I know I've been up earlier. I know I've gone to sleep later. I know I've read more books. I know that I've done more personal development. Like I just know it. Therefore, I know I believe I deserve whatever comes in my life. I know that. I believe that. Do you believe that? Do you believe you deserve a six pack? Right? If you want to be healthy, do you believe you deserve it? I know you want it, but do you believe you deserve it? Have you been doing all the work for an extended period of time? If not, then that's what we're working on. We're working on you doing work so that you believe that you deserve what you're asking for. And we can all do it because you, again, have greatness inside of you. You hear this all the time. But again, I never want to take it away from the fact that you got to do work. You got to do work. And in our text, the 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class, it says here, number 139 says, champions have a world class work ethic. A world class work ethic. I'm mentoring a young man that's a senior in high school right now, and we have conversations probably once a month ish. And one of the questions he always asks is like, how do I develop work ethic? Like, how do I know I have work ethic? And he's in a school right now that, like, when you're in school, and he's in a boarding school, but when you're in school, sometimes like you're not really working as hard as you want. You're kind of trying to, do some things with your friends and skate by and do a little bit of this. So you don't really know if you have that work ethic. And what I've been coaching him and mentoring him around is I was like, man, once you get in the real world, you got to know that like you just have to put your best foot forward and go do all the things you want to do. There should be very little time when you're young, when you're 18, 19, should be very little time of you having leisure. That's how you know you have a work ethic, right? Some of us have these stories, right? When we're 16, 17, 18, we're working two jobs. Some of us had to go to school and work. Like you start to develop this work ethic in you. But then there's this other group of people that are like, man, I just want to skate by. I'm just trying to get the job that I don't got to do a lot of work and I don't got to do anything and I can just show up and it's easy money and they pay me. And then I can go home and play video games or I can go do this thing, right? Like it's a mindset. You got to know you got to develop a world-class work ethic. If you don't have it currently, you can develop it. But that's the work. Here's what it says in the text. It says, amateurs work just hard enough to escape being fired. What a great way to start the chapter, right? Amateurs work just hard enough to escape being fired. Their belief system demands they be compensated for every action they take on the job. If they can be overcompensated, that's even better. The pros have the exact opposite belief. The only way you'll ever outwork one of the great ones is to become one. They know there's no such thing as overcompensation, at least not in the long term. The pros know that the free economy marketplace will always correct itself. They also know the marketplace will richly reward a world-class work ethic with an endless stream of opportunities. This work ethic is the reason so many immigrants come to the free world and become millionaires. They remember where they came from and what it took for them to get to the land of the free. They're so grateful for the opportunity to work hard that no one can convince them to slow down. Nido Qubein, a Lebanese immigrant, came to America with only a dream and a world-class work ethic and built an empire. Immigrants are 4 times as likely to become millionaires as American-born citizens. This startling statistic boils down to one thing: a world-class work ethic. We lose our work ethic at some point in our society when we're thinking about comfort, when we're being distracted, when we have social media, when we have Netflix, when we have video games, when we have all these things. Our work ethic is not the same. We lose sight of the goal. We lose sight of the work that it takes. We wish it were easier. We wish we didn't have to work harder. We try to vacation more. We do all of these things. But it comes down to your ability to put work in. I saw this clip on TikTok of a guy. He was pretty frustrated. I don't know if he was an employer or something, but he literally was like, when did America lose its work ethic? When did people not care about working hard? When did that change? Right? Because you go back some generations, what? They worked hard. They showed up. They showed up on time. They worked hard. They went home dirty. They went home tired. Every day they were working. And at some point in time, over the past, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 years, Our work ethic just became this like, I really don't want to work. I just want to skate by. That first sentence, amateurs work just hard enough to escape being fired. That's the relationship with most employers now. The employee works just hard enough so they don't get fired. The company pays you just enough so you don't quit. It's this average relationship. But when we change our narrative, when we change what we think about, when we start to have goals, when we get clear about what our life, the life that we want up ahead, we now have to start to work at that. And sometimes it takes time for people to get their engine started again. But that's what's necessary. That's what's required. You look at anybody great, again, success leaves clues. We'll always bring this up. Don't measure yourself by the average person that has an average life, that doesn't hit their goals, that doesn't have much to show for. You go after the successful people. You model them. You find out, what are they doing? How hard do they work? You want to get healthy? Go find the person that is the healthiest, and ask them what their work ethic is like in the gym. Just ask, just find out. Hey, I want to look like you one day. Hey, I admire you. I see how you operate. I see your body. I see how you train. Tell me your work. Show me how much you work. And then you copy that, you'll get similar results. You know someone that's financially in a better place than you. Ask them, how much are you working? What do you do? Success leaves clues. You have to develop this, ladies and gentlemen. It starts by working on yourself. That work ethic that can be external, that can go to the gym or can go to our job or our business or whatever it is. It starts when you turn that inside. How much are you working on yourself? How much are you practicing the things that we're talking about here? How dedicated are you to actually every day improving yourself, to working on you, the hard things, your mindset, right? How much? It'll show by, again, you get around somebody that's very mentally tough, that has, right, again, kind of a higher level of awareness, a higher level of consciousness, and ask them, hey, how often do you read books? What environments are you in? What conversations are you having? How much are you working on yourself? And you can model that and you'll get the same results. We just talked about this on Wednesday, the difference between formal education and self-education. The self-education is going to build you a fortune. But how much are you working at that? Your money only grows to the degree that you do as a person. You've heard me say that before. So if money is something you're trying to get to, if financial freedom is something you're trying to get to, financial independence, something you're trying to get to, more money, more time, all those things, how much are you working on raising your identity? How many books did you read this month? How many books did you read last month? How many personal development, right, webinars did you go on? How many mastermind groups or accountability groups are you in? How much are you getting around new people? Like, really focus on the work that it takes, ladies and gentlemen. Pray like it's up to God. Work like it's up to you. Both are needed. Both are needed. So whatever your goals are, again, first and foremost, be clear on what you're working towards. This is not just the work that you're giving to the job for a paycheck. This is the work of your life. We're on these calls so we can design the life we don't need a break from. You can design the life, your ideal life. Sometimes we never sit down and just write out, what's my ideal life? Your ideal life is not having a house and a car. That's not your ideal life, right? Your ideal life are the things, the intangible things. Where do you spend your time? What's your happiness like? What's your health like? What is your fulfillment level? Who do you serve? Yes, sure, it might be, where do you live? What do you see? But your ideal life, you have to know what you're headed towards. And then you got to put the work in. You got to start working. Don't let the average middle-class thinker out there tell you you're working too hard. You're not working hard enough. You're not working hard enough at the things that are important. You're not shutting off the distractions enough. You're not taking it as serious as you need to. I'm here to challenge you. I'm here to push you. You need people in your life that push you and challenge you to say, yes, I know you're tired, and you can do more. I know you've been running this marathon for a while. And yes, sometimes we got to slow down a little bit, right? Sometimes we got to slow down a little bit in the marathon. But sometimes we just need that sip of water and we need to speed up again. Don't let the people around you just say, no, keep walking, because people are going to start running past you. They're going to start running past you. And the more that you get in the walking crowd of this marathon, the more you'll feel like that's where you belong. And then you're going to start seeing people run past you that start making more money than you, that start having better health, that their life starts changing, that they start getting the things that you said that you wanted to get to. But because now your crowd is, well, we're just walking. Let's take it easy on this mile. Let's just take it easy here. Let's just go vacation and chill out, right? You're now in the wrong environment. Now you're looking at the people that are making things happen. You got to keep running. You got to get around the people that are running. You got to get around the people that support you and think about life in the ways that you do. It says, hey, I got a place to go. I got to get to that ideal spot. I got to keep running. I got to keep working on myself. So that means I got to raise my level of work ethic. Whatever's happening in this country right now, where people don't want to work, where people don't have a work ethic, it's going to show. It's going to show in the next 5, 10, 15 years. I hope we're raising our children, the next generation, to know that work ethic is still important. It's working at the right things. It might be working at your mindset. It might be working at some of your skill sets, but it is about work. Take anyone great. They will outwork you. That's what it says in here, right? It says the pros have the exact opposite belief. The only way that you'll ever outwork one of the great ones is to become one. The only way someone was going to outwork Kobe is if they became as great as him. That's the only way. You got to know that in your life. You can do this. Take your sip of water, get around people that are running, and let's keep running this marathon. Your work ethic matters. This quote here says, amateurs hope, professionals work. You can hope, but hope is not a strategy. Got to get to work. Action step for today says scale from 1 to 7. Being honest, rate your work ethic. Rate your work ethic. If you score less than a 5, you got to commit to upgrading your work. It might not just be at your job. It might be at your job. It might just be for you. It might just be your level of reading, your level of distractions that you eliminate. It just might be on you. But I'm going to challenge you to do that every single day. I'm going to challenge you to work on yourself every single day. I'm going to challenge you to increase your work ethic. I know life might be making you tired, but start to focus on the things that are helping you get to the life that you want. Remember, all the things you asked for, all the things that you prayed for, all the things that you want that's up ahead, God is building the capacity in you in order to handle that. You need to be able to run this race. Starts with your work ethic. Starts with you getting your mind in the right place and knowing, hey, I got to put in some work here. And know that we're all here to support you along your journey. I love you guys. I love y'all. I want y'all to win. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. If no one ever tells you, I will constantly tell you, because you need someone to remind you that you deserve this. Like, you deserve that life. God placed that vision in your mind for you. No one else has that vision. That means he wants you to have it. It also means you got to become a different man or woman in order to get it. He's trying to perfect you. He's trying to prune you. He's trying to make sure your character is strong to be able to handle that. The only way our character gets strong is by us doing the hard things. Our character doesn't get stronger by us doing the easy things. So that's what's happening. That's this process. Never quit on this journey. Continue to go. It's okay to slow down. It's not okay to stop. It's okay to slow down for a bit. It's not okay to stop. That's how we get to the life we don't need a break from. Go out this weekend, do something that scares you, do something that pushes you out your comfort zone, have that scary conversation, try that thing that you've been wanting to try, do something different that your future self is going to thank you for. Come back here on Monday and do it again. Love you guys. Have a good one.